الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. قد قامت الصلاة. قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
الله أكبر. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. إن الذين جاءوا بالإفك عصبة منكم لا تحسبوه شرا لكم بل هو خير لكم لكل امرئ منهم ما اكتسب من الإثم والذي تولى كبره منهم له عذاب عظيم. لولا إذ سمعتموه ظن المؤمنون والمؤمنات بأنفسهم خيرا وقالوا هذا إفك مبين لولا جاءوا عليه بأربعة شهداء فإذ لم يأتوا بالشهداء فأولئك عند الله هم الكاذبون. ولولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته في الدنيا والآخرة لمسكم فيما أفضتم فيه عذاب عظيم. إذ تلقونه بألسنتكم وتقولون بأفواهكم ما ليس لكم به علم وتحسبونه هينا وهو عند الله عظيم. ولولا إذ سمعتموه قلتم ما يكون لنا أن نتكلم بهذا سبحانك هذا بهتان عظيم. يعظكم الله أن تعودوا لمثله أبدا إن كنتم مؤمنين ويبين الله لكم الآيات والله عليم حكيم. إن الذين يحبون أن تشيع الفاحشة في الذين آمنوا لهم في الدنيا خزي ونذيقهم إن الذين يحبون أن تشيع الفاحشة في الدنيا والآخرة إن الذين يحبون أن تشيع الفاحشة في الذين آمنوا لهم عذاب أليم في الدنيا والآخرة والله يعلم وأنتم لا تعلمون. ولولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته وأن الله رؤوف رحيم. يا أيها الذين آمنوا لا تتبعوا خطوات الشيطان ومن يتبع خطوات الشيطان فإنه يأمر بالفحشاء والمنكر ولولا فضل الله عليكم ورحمته ما زكى منكم من أحد أبدا ولكن الله يزكي من يشاء والله سميع عليم ولا يأتل أولو الفضل منكم والسعة أن يؤتوا أولي القربى والمساكين والمهاجرين في سبيل الله وليعفوا وليصفحوا ألا تحبون أن يغفر الله لكم والله غفور رحيم الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين إن الذين يرمون المحصنات الغافلات المؤمنات لعنوا في الدنيا والآخرة ولهم عذاب عظيم يوم تشهد عليهم ألسنتهم وأيديهم وأرجلهم بما كانوا يعملون يومئذ يوفيهم الله دينهم الحق ويعلمون أن الله هو الحق المبين الخبيثات للخبيثين والخبيثون للخبيثات والطيبات للطيبين والطيبون للطيبات أولئك مبرؤون مما يقولون لهم مغفرة ورزق كريم الله أكبر سمع الله لمن حمده الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, after the adhkar, I will speak for 10 minutes on a reflection of the month of Ramadan. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. نحمد ونصلي على رسوله الكريم. أما بعد، رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. So, raise your hand if you are someone who likes waiting in a line. Nobody? Nobody likes waiting in a line? It depends. Okay. So in our lives, we find ourselves waiting in lines. And as the poll just shows, no one enjoys to stand in a line. But we find ourselves at different moments in our lives standing in a line. Give me one example of standing in a line. DMV. All right. But you can do an appointment. Yeah. And post office. What else? Okay. Yes. I'm going to share that example in a second. I'm hearing what? Huh? Coffee? Okay. Waiting for your karak chai. Huh? Gas station? So when you come back into the country, even though you're a US citizen, that line. When you go to a foreign country, when you're not a citizen of that country, the line, right? We tend to find ourselves waiting in lines, and we're always very anxious, right? We're trying to say, okay, is the line moving? When is it moving? If someone, it's like someone does a salam cut. Oh, weddings, the line, right? We have to like go at the end of the line, and then if we meet, oh, assalamu alaikum, and we do a salam cut, and then everyone else is looking like, hey, I'm with him. We find ourselves waiting in line, and at many times we don't really enjoy being in that line, but we will stay in that line because there's something at the end of that line that serves my purpose. I need something, so I'm going to wait in this line, and I'm going to get what I need. So the example that I said, for example, the Suhoor Fest at Qalam, right? If some of you had a chance to go there, you weren't really getting any food because the lines were so long. So waiting in that line, but some people still waited because they wanted to eat fresh brisket on an even night in Ramadan, right? I wanted brisket for suhoor. That's not eggs. That's not cereal, it's brisket, whatever the case may be. But there is one line that we find ourselves standing in that we have no problem with, and that we stand in willingly. We stand in willingly. And we stand in that line, we get in that line when we are already tired and already exhausted after a long day of work, and that is the standing in the line of salah, in the form of tarawih, or in the form of, in the last 10 nights, the qiyam program. Understand that all of this standing that we are doing, and some of us may look at the clock. We have the formula down now. Okay, Allen Masjid 4 rakat. Okay, this is when it's over. The 8 rakat is when it's over. Okay, we have an idea of what the timing is, but understand that all of this standing that we are doing is nafila. It is optional. It is not necessary to do. But yet, we are doing that after a day of sleeping. I'm going to assume over here, yesterday was a Friday. I'm going to assume that for most of the people in here, it was a regular day. It was a regular day of work. It was a regular day at business. I'm going to assume that majority of the audience is not retired. I'm going to assume that the majority of the audience is not here in i'tikaf. It was a normal day with picking up kids and dropping off kids and all that. And in spite of all of that, we stayed hungry and thirsty. And then on top of that, we prayed tarawih. Then on top of that, some of us prayed qiyam. Some of us prayed at home. The fact of the matter is that we are finding ourselves standing in a line, standing before God willingly. No one's asking you to be here. No one's asking you to do that. The only thing that is bringing you to that line, to stand in that line, is iman. It's your faith. And what time is qiyam over here? Like around 1 o'clock a.m., we're in the midst of the qiyam. April 14th, May 14th, are you going to be standing here at 1 o'clock in the morning praying salah? Are you going to be leaving your house at 3 o'clock in the morning to go for qiyam? You leave your house at 3 o'clock or 1 o'clock at any other given day outside of Ramadan, your wife's going to ask you, where do you think you're going? A sister being upstairs during the night of Ramadan, what are you doing at the masjid, sister? But for now, it's normal. For now, this is the trend. Why? Because for 20 days, we have worked on our iman. For 20 days, we have tired our bodies, exhausted our bodies, choked our bodies from eating and drinking. For 20 days, our iman has been in the driver's seat. Our iman has been driving us. Our ruh has been driving us. Where was the body? Not in the passenger seat. Our body, not the body. Our body has been in the... Think about it. 2 o'clock in the morning and you're in the masjid. Your body doesn't want to be here. Your eyes do not want to be open. Your body needs rest, but we're pushing it. Why are we pushing it? Because for 20 days we trained ourselves for this moment, ladies and gentlemen. On the passenger seat, our body's not in the back seat, our body's in the trunk. And we are not listening to it. We have put tape on its mouth, and I'm going to take my butt to the masjid, and I'm going to stand before God, and I'm going to do it willingly, and it is my faith that is driving me. And just like at the end of every line, there is something that we are looking for, whether it's a stamp on the passport, whether it's a new license, whether it's our groceries, or whether it's that brisket with a side. We hope for something at the end of that line. Why are we doing all of this that we are doing? What do we want from all of this qiyam? What do we want from all of this tarawih? Tell me. What are we looking for? Okay, so I hear maghfirah. What else do we look for? Reward. What else do we look for? Taqwa. What else do we look for? Whatever it is that we are looking for, we are hoping for something. Now I'm going to share with you the hadith of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Man qama Ramadana imanan wa ihtisab. I got 2 minutes. Man qama Ramadana imanan wa ihtisaba. Whoever stands in the month of Ramadan, in that line, imanan, driven by faith, wa ihtisaban, and with anticipation of reward. Like you're standing because you want something at the end of this stand, at the end of this line, when you're in the front. If you engage in the worship, in the act of qiyam with this mindset that my faith is driving me here, and I'm driven by faith, and I am motivated by the pleasure of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm doing this only to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I don't have no one to show, I have nobody to show what I'm doing except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. غُفِرَ لَهُ مَا تَقَدَّمَ مِن ذَنبِهِ. Reset. Reset. Immediate reset. And we go through this process for the entire month so that we can extend this same mindset to every single thing that we do. Whatever it is that we do once Ramadan is over, whatever ibadat, when we pick up the Quran, it should be driven by faith. We should have on the forefront of our mind. This hadith is a way of informing us about the importance of keeping our intentions aligned with our ibadah. There should be this hope that I'm doing this for reward. I'm not doing this, oh, you know what, because it's the last 10 nights and there's a qiyam program, so I gotta go. Or Qari Ramadan is here, so I gotta go. Or Qari Sajjad is here, so I gotta go. No, I'm gonna go stand in line regardless whoever's in front of me. So whenever your deeds are driven by iman and driven by this sense of reward and nothing else, that act in and of itself has the power to reset. And now we have a few days left. We are in the final lap. We have seen the white flag. It's the white flag, right? What's the last lap? Checkered flag is the last lap. Yeah, what's a white flag? Surrender. Okay. We have seen the checkered flag. It's the last lap. What do drivers do in the last lap? Full throttle, baby. They gun it. This is the time to gun it. This is the time to gun it. And the Prophet ﷺ gunned it. He did i'tikaf. And this is why i'tikaf is at the end. I'tikaf is at the end. If i'tikaf was at the beginning, I went 1 minute over. If i'tikaf was in the beginning, what would happen on the 11th night? What would happen on the 12th night? Home Depot would be happy. But we're about to make them super upset. So, taking this mindset and letting it spill over outside of Ramadan. That's what Ramadan is all about. You fill this cup, you fill this vessel so much that, if you fill a pot with water and you're walking with it, and what happens when you shake or when you trip, a little water spills out, but you still got some inside. When we get out of Ramadan, we're going to be spilling some water. We're going to be getting rocked. These things are going to happen. And we're going to lose a little bit here and there. But as long as we filled up more than what we need, we'll have enough to get by. Until the next faucet, which is every single Jumu'ah. By mandate, Allah requires the men to get together, the men at least. Required by mandate to stop, drop, and roll and relive that Ramadan experience for one afternoon, for 130 minutes. That's the Apple iPhone. Okay. So, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala allow us to carry on throughout Ramadan what we have picked up in here, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for each and every single one of us to leave this month of Ramadan with the button reset. Jazakumullahu khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu.